from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Good evening and coming to you live from the National News Studio. Welcome to the news. My name is Clifford Richards.
And I'm Kasani Balachandra. Here are your top stories for tonight.
All import restrictions other than on private vehicles will be lifted from next month. The GMOA praises the decision to import testing equipment to identify the Nipah virus. The importers say there will not be any increase in the milk powder prices despite an increase in taxes. The Minister of Public Security requests parliamentary support without political bias in the Easter attack investigations. A temporary increase in rainfall. Massive crowds at the Colombo Book Fair today as well. India tries to wake up Chandrayaan-3 moonlander and rover.
Moving on to the stories in detail. Well, GMOA, the Government Medical Officers Association, says it appreciates the decision to order necessary testing equipment to identify the Nipah viral condition.
Secretary of the GMOA, Dr. Haritha Alutke, says spontaneous responses on the existing requirements is necessary in order for the speedy convening of the Technological Committee on Infectious Diseases. Secretary of the GMOA, Dr. Haritha Alutke, said that on one hand there's a disadvantage of an increase in the number of deaths. He has stressed that Sri Lankan community should not create an unnecessary fear over the possibilities of further spreading the disease, but try to manage to control the spread of the disease. The necessary testing equipment has been ordered and technical decisions have to be taken on how to move the items from airports and other places. Dr. Haritha Alutke has also pointed out that the most immediate task of the ministry at the moment is to convene the Technical Committee on Infectious Diseases without any delay. He has also pointed out the need to implement a security program and take measures to prevent the arrival of disease carriers from where the infections are at a higher level.
තීන්දුව తీරන අරගෙන අවදානම 탁සේරු කිරීම සහ අපේ උපක්‍රමශීලී ප්‍රවේශය කොහොමද කියන කාරණේ සම්බන්ධයෙන් දැනුවත් කිරීමක් ජනතාවට ඉදිරිපත් වීම මේ මොහොතේදී වැදගත් වෙනවා. අපි අවදානයෙන් පසු
President of the Public Health Inspectors Association, Upul Rohana, said that they must remain vigilant to detect any patient and to take relevant measures to prevent the spread of the disease.
Minister of Public Security Tiran Alas reiterates that the law will be implemented disregarding ranks on any person found guilty to the offences committed in the Easter attack. The minister had made these remarks addressing Parliament yesterday. He has further stated that all should extend support for a systematic investigation without any political bias. The attention of many have been focused on the issue once again with the publication of videotape on the Easter Sunday attack by the Channel 4. The two-day debate was conducted in Parliament yesterday and the day before yesterday, centred on the Easter attack and the present security situation. Minister Tiran Alas, delivering the speech, has responded on many queries regarding the attack prevailing in society. Conflict of opinion persists in society over Sarah Jasmine's connection to the Easter attack. Some groups say that she has fled to India. In the first DNA test, Sarah Jasmine's DNA did not match. However, in the second DNA examination, the death of Sarah Jasmine has been confirmed. Hadia, the wife of Zahran Hashim, has testified that she had seen a bomb tied to the belly of Sarah Jasmine. Minister Tiran Alas has clarified on these facts in his speech in Parliament. Minister Tiran Alas also said that DNA tests have also been conducted and detected 6 destroyed corpses for more body parts. 26 blood samples from bodies of 6 children have also been taken. However, 11 out of them, of the 26 samples, were contaminated. In the second time, also 26 samples were taken. Only after that, a decision was taken to take the samples from all buried bodies. Accordingly, 83 samples were taken and positive results have been received. In the previous 26 samples, only some body parts were taken into consideration. The minister also replied to the charges relating to the police officer Abu Bakr carrying Sarah Jasmine's in his motor car. The minister said that there are no evidences to prove that the fact that IP Abu Bakr had abducted Sarah Jasmine in his vehicle at any instance. He also said that he is commenting on facts in the investigations and not according to his thinking. Preliminary investigations have been conducted by the Colombo Crime Division. Thereafter, the CID has taken over, and later on the Attorney General's Department was conducting such investigations. After all these investigations, the report of the investigating officials are submitted to the Attorney General's Department. Instructions have been given not to file a case against the official as he had not done any offence. However, unfortunately, he was indicted by the Attorney General's Department without taking into consideration of the investigating officials. The minister further said that the more sorrowful tale is that he was incarcerated without any reason for 3 years. After releasing on bail, he is now selling king coconut for a living, he says. The minister has also responded to the allegations indicating that the Easter Sunday suicide bomber went to the Taj Samudra Hotel and did not carry a suicide attack following a phone call received by an intelligence official. The minister said that this problem was related to a telephone call. He added that they have all evidence that intelligence officer Suresh Saleh had not called the suicide bomber Jamil. Pointing out that the outcome of the previous investigation, the minister said Jamil received phone calls only from his wife. He has also replied to another accusation regarding transferring the police officials engaged in the Easter attack. The minister said that Gotabaya Rajapaksa, after becoming president, transferred Shani Abesekara within a month. He was thrown out of the CID. Upon inquiry into the incident, it has been found that he was transferred due to numerous accusations. At the time, senior DIG Ravi Seneviratne was also there but was not transferred. He was given an 8-month service extension and placed on retirement only after that period. There were 175 officials engaged in the investigation. Only 4 of those were transferred, the minister said. Minister Tiran Alice also said that all parties must get together to conduct a systematic investigation.
And in other local news, State Minister Shehan Singh says that the Ministry of Finance is taking measures to remove all import restrictions from the 1st of next month. He points out that, however, the ban on importation on private vehicles will be implemented continuously. The State Minister has made these remarks participating in a program in Anuradhapura to enlighten on the progress of the IMF program. State Minister Shehan Singh said that the decision was taken since priority should be given to essential items other than the imports of private vehicles. The import of private vehicles can be considered after increasing the foreign exchange, after the debt restructuring process is complete and the government revenue is increased, he added. After relaxing the import restrictions on all currently restricted items, they do not think that anyone will request the government to relax the private vehicle import restrictions as well. He said if they relax all import restrictions, it will be another disaster for the economy.
Moving on to the weather situation, the Met Department forecasts that a provisional increase of the current rainfall is anticipated from tomorrow. Till the 26th of this month, a tornado was formed near the coast of the Bambalapitiya Sea last evening. Well, due to the intensity of the tornado, a portion of the roof of the nearby railway station has blown away with the wind. It was found fallen on the railway track. The tornado clouds are reported to be travelling in a rotating fashion. Two workers at a hotel under construction in Dannovita, Meerigama were reported dead when a soil mound fell on them last evening.
Distribution of relevant printed school textbooks for next year to the regional centres has commenced yesterday. The programme has got underway from the storage complex of the Department of Educational Publications in Pitipana, Homagama. The State Printing Corporation is responsible for the printing of 40% of the total textbook requirement for the year 2024. There are 13 million books of 82 relevant types. All the books have been printed and handed over to the Central Depot. Minister of Education Susil Premajayantha and Ministry Secretary M.N. Ranasinghe were also present at the commencement of the book distribution program. Minister Susil Premajayantha said that their target is to commence the first school term in the year 2024 by the middle of February next year. All syllabuses will be covered in due course and the delayed time would also be compensated. Commenting on the textbooks, the minister said they were compelled to spend a sum of 16,000 million rupees last year for school textbooks. It has become possible to reduce expenditure by 4,000 million rupees this year. The school textbooks conforming to the standards will be printed and distributed appropriately. More than 50,000 book lovers were reported to have visited the Colombo International Book Fair at the BMICH today.
Definitely a treat for all book lovers annually, and there are opportunities for all to purchase books at special discounts, and as well as today and the second day of the exhibition as well. Well, there are more than 400 stalls and every stall is filled with visitors. The National Television is the media sponsor. Those who arrived at the Ru Entertainment Trade Stall will be able to watch cartoons and channel programs of the National Television and also purchase DVDs and magazines as well as the Nanamira question paper sets as well.
ඉතින් අද ප්‍රදර්ශන භූමියේ දෙවෙනි දවස උදෑසන ඉතාම සාර්ථක අයිතුන් ප්‍රදර්ශන භූමිය විවෘත වුණා. ඉතින් මේ වෙලාව අපිට දැක ගන්නට පුළුවන් බොහෝ දෙනාගෙන් මේ පරිශ්‍රය.
The Milk Powder Importers Association says there will not be an increase in the price of milk powder despite an increase in the import tax on milk powder. The milk powder tax has been increased by 10%. With the surcharge, the price of a kilo of milk powder released from the harbour has come up to 650 rupees. Accordingly, the price of a kilo of milk powder reaching the Colombo harbour has been priced at 1,100 rupees. It has been pointed out that the inefficiency in the local milk production and the failure of local milk production projects in the past 20 years has contributed to this plight. It has also been reported that the milk powder consumption of 8,000 tonnes per month in the recent past has now fallen to 3,000 tonnes. The Milk Powder Importers Association says that therefore there will not be any price hike in the existing stocks.
The National Information Technology and Entrepreneur Management Week will be conducted at the Sirmao Bandaranayake Memorial Conference Hall from the 11th to the 13th of next month. Clarifications have been made on the Digicom 2023 project at a media briefing held at the Presidential Media Centre recently. Well, the director Digicom 2023 project, Prasad Samravika, said that they are hoping to increase the contribution of digital economy on the gross national product of the country from 5% to 10 or 15%. India is hoping to process $1 trillion digital economy by the year 2030. He added that Sri Lanka possesses the relevant human resource and able to achieve the fullest support of the private sector.
10,000 brochures on the history and the transmission of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation have been compiled. The books have been printed through patronage of the Padanama Publication Institute. The stock of the publications was handed over to SLRC Chairman Dr. Prasad Zamarasinghe at the corporation premises yesterday. They are to be handed over free of charge to the school children who visit the Rupavahini Corporation.
The Ceylon Heritage Festival Fashion Show, which is being organized in parallel to the World Tourism Day, will be held on the 27th of this month. It has been organized jointly by the Ceylon Industrial Development Board and the Ministry of Industries. A media briefing to educate the relevant groups in this regard was conducted at the auditorium of the Department of Government Information. The Secretary to the Ministry of Industries, Tilaka Jayasundara, said that the Ministry and the Industrial Development Board are joining the fashion show with the intention of propagating the local handicraft industry and the beeralu and lace industries. Chairman of the Industrial Development Board, Saranga Alaperma, said that several factors contribute to the production and also the products reaching the global market. Many investors, despite having capabilities of excellent creations, are confronted with shortcomings in catching the modern market. He also said that many fashion design groups will color the show.
The name Sri Lanka Taxation Institute, which has been used up to now, is changed to Sri Lanka Chartered Taxation Institute with effect from today. A media briefing on the unveiling of the new official logo and introduction of the new name was held.
Chartered Institute of Taxation of Sri Lanka is the only statutory body established through Parliamentary Act for the promotion of professional tax experts. With the visionary ambition to be preferred centre for tax expertise, it has already embarked in disseminating tax knowledge across the public. Chartered Institute of Taxation has been catering to improve the tax literacy throughout Sri Lanka. Member development is another salient feature of our institute, where we ensure our members are up to date while sharpening their competencies through periodic workshops, programs conducted. It has also rendered its services providing proposals to the government to improve revenue and adapt best practices while retaining a healthy relationship between the taxpayer and the taxing authorities. We believe that it's high time for Sri Lanka to shed its typical phobias in taxation and ensure that all segments of the communities pay their due taxes and contribute to the growth of the national economy. It is also imperative tax collected are reasonable, not being burden for public.
State Minister for Urban Development and Housing Arundhika Fernando says that the government, in its quest to strengthen the country's economy, is taking measures to effectively utilize the mineral resource. The aim of the government is to give a higher value through manufacturing value-added items using mineral resources.
State Minister Arundhika Fernando emphasized the nation's commitment to bolstering its economy through the judicious utilization of mineral resources. He underscored the potential for creating high value-added products from these resources and stressed the importance of carrying out these activities with a steadfast commitment to safeguarding the country's land. The State Minister has made these remarks during his participation in a press conference held yesterday at the Presidential Media Centre under the theme Collective Path Towards a Stable Country. Expressing his views, he further said that they stake claim to an island graced by one of the world's most exquisite beaches. The nation also boasts a wealth of valuable mineral resources. Furthermore, from a geographical standpoint, Sri Lanka occupies a strategically vital position in Asia. Despite the allure of the beautiful coastline, it is not immune to periodic sea erosion. Consequently, proactive measures funded by the government are implemented to mitigate this issue. To address this concern comprehensively, the Department of Coastal Conservation has been significantly broadened in scope. Additionally, this department plays a pivotal role in bolstering the tourism sector.
The 29th anniversary of the No. 7 Helicopter Squadron of the Sri Lanka Air Force falls today. It was inaugurated on the 23rd of September, that's in 1994. The squadron has been established at the Hingurangoda base camp of the SLAF, the division has rendered an immense task in safeguarding the motherland for the past 29 years. The squadron is equipped with helicopters of US-manufactured Bell 212 and Bell 206. The aircraft have also so far covered a flying time of 78,000 flight hours. This unit has extended a significant contribution for the rescuing of the gallant soldiers during the humanitarian operation. Currently, the squadron is undertaking the task of providing basic training for helicopter pilots. It is also engaged in several special activities as well. Well, that's news at home. We take a short break. We'll be back with international stories shortly.
Hot and spicy fun vibe එක විවර කරන්න beat එක remake කරන්නට වෙන්න හදවත වහවලා යන්න කින්දර passion කරන්න fun උතුරන්න කොත්තමි kick එක මෙන්න TikTok viral යනවා නැතිල trending වෙනවා hot පහසක් දවසෙනවා spicy රස වැටහෙනවා prima කොත්තමි fun තමයි
කොළඹ ජාත්‍යන්තර පොත් ප්‍රදර්ශනය 2023 සැප්තැම්බර් 22 සිට ඔක්තෝබර් 1 දක්වා පෙරවරු 9 සිට රාත්‍රී 9 තෙක් BMIC චිරි සංවිධානය ශ්‍රී ලංකා පොත් ප්‍රකාශකයින්ගේ සංගමය.
Welcome back and taking a look at your foreign news tonight. India's space agency says it is trying to contact its moon lander and rover as a new lunar day begins.
But they say it has not received any signals so far. ISRO has posted on X that efforts to establish communications with the Vikram lander and Pragyan rover will continue. With the lander carrying the rover in its belly touched down near the moon's little explored south pole in August, they spent 2 weeks gathering data and images, after which they were put into sleep mode at lunar nightfall. ISRO hoped the batteries would recharge and the modules would reawaken when the sun rose around 22nd September, but it is possible that the extreme cold of the lunar night damaged the batteries. While putting them to sleep, ISRO said both had completed all their assignments but expressed hope that they would reawaken the start of the next lunar day. Experts cited that the sample of China's Change E4 lander and U-2 rover, which did not wake up several times with the sunrise. But former ISRO chief Kiran Kumar told the BBC that since night temperatures near the lunar south pole routinely plunge to minus 200 to 250 minus, and the batteries are not designed to operate or to be stored at such extreme temperatures. ISRO has tried to temper expectations, saying if Vikram and Pragyan do not wake up, they will still stay on the moon as India's lunar ambassador.
US media reports that the US President Joe Biden plans to give Ukraine advanced long-range missiles to help Kyiv with its ongoing counter-offensive. They quote US officials familiar with the issue as saying Ukraine will get some missiles with a range of up to 300 kilometers. It is said that this would enable Kyiv to hit Russian targets deep behind the front line. At least 2 Ukrainian missiles hit the headquarters of Russia's Black Sea Fleet in annexed Crimea on yesterday. A Ukrainian military source told that the attack in the port of Sevastopol used Storm Shadow missiles, which are supplied by Britain and France. Such missiles have a range of just over 240 kilometers.
Prima kottumi, fantamai.
Welcome back to the news, and we are now heading into the official opening of the 19th Asian Games in China, Hongzhou province, as taken place today. And Sunetra Kumari of National Television brings you information of this great sporting event.
College Nathandia has won all final encounters in both men's and women's events other than the under-15 women's category. The victors in the under-15 women's category were the Hungama Vijayaban National School. Several more thrilling fixtures of the DSI Super Sports Volleyball Tournament will be conducted tomorrow. The national television viewers will be able to watch live the finals in the under-17 and 19 categories from 8:30 AM onwards tomorrow.
Prima Kutumi, Pantamai.
Well, on that sporting note, it's time to end the news. Do enjoy the rest of the programs together with Kasumi. This is Clifford, wishing you a good night.
Good night.